Hey guys, it's towniesimbuilds here, and welcome back to another build. Now, as a lot of you may know, the Growing Together pack is on its way, and a lot of people were very excited about the upcoming water park feature. Now, in light of that, I got a little inspired and did want to create a water park of my own using a lot of the packs that are already out. So with that said, I went on over to the base game world of Willow Creek and got to work on this little 50x50 water park that I'm excited to share with you guys today. Alright guys, and here we are with a full view of the lot. Like I said, we are in fact in the world of Willow Creek, and I am certainly on a 50x50 lot. And I believe this lot is the one that's a little bit farther on the outskirts of town, so I did think it fit the water park fairly well. So like I mentioned, this is in fact inspired by the upcoming Growing Together pack, and I pretty much went all out on this. I really wanted this to be a really fun spot for your Sims, and especially for family gameplay. There certainly is something for Sims of all ages, anywhere from toddler to elder. So as you guys can see, it is a pretty fun lot. We do have an infinity pool, and there are a lot of attractions that I'll get into in just a little bit. But for now, we're going to check out the lot in different forms of lighting. We're currently in the afternoon view, switching on over to the evening view, onto the night view there with everything lit up, so your Sims can use the lot at night, back to the morning view, and finally returning to the afternoon, where we will take a look inside. So starting off today's tour, if you guys have been watching my videos for some time, this tour will be a little different than the ones you guys are used to. So we're going to have a full-on continuous look at the water park itself. What we're looking at is obviously the front entrance, and as you can tell from the title, this is a Gnomeland amusement park. So it is super Sims oriented. We will see a lot of gnomes everywhere. And for this front space, I really just wanted to kind of fill the voids in some areas. So we do have some picnic tables and some canopies from the Island Living pack. Now this entrance was also made using a lot of objects from Cottage Living and the Get Together pack. So I do believe it's like this large wedding archway, but I do think it fit fairly well. This area over here is the covered parking area. Obviously we don't have cars in game, but these are in fact from the debug objects. So pretty comfortable parking space there. We do have some debug parking meters as well. And of course we have the main entrance here with the ticket booth area. So these are fully equipped with computers for your Sims, but thankfully because this is a pool, I don't believe any Sims actually use the computers. So it's a pretty rare thing, definitely. Sims love computers, but thankfully they enjoy the outdoors here so much more. Anyways, going on in, we have a twin gnome. She is very much like her sister in the front gate area. And I did use a lot of those fun little mushrooms and toadstools from the Cottage Living pack as well. Moving in, we have a sort of map. I think this is from the Seasons pack, just to act as a little guide around the park. Over here we have a sunken ship from the Island Living pack, and I thought it fit fairly well. I think I've seen something like this in maybe Typhoon Lagoon or something similar in another water park. And over here are the toddler swimming pools. So like I said, I wanted this to be very family oriented, and I did think the parasols or umbrellas were quite fitting as well, trying to keep your young ones safe from the sun. Anyways, moving on, we have the beginnings of what I call the infinity pool, and there are some really fun displays from the gnomes as well. This gnome was sort of a castaway gnome, so he definitely is stranded, and I did my best to use the Simlish alphabet as well, so that is supposed to be help in Simlish, and hopefully I did do a good job of that using the different terrain paints. We also have a lot of floaties from the Island Living pack, so it's definitely fun to watch your Sims kind of float and lounge and kind of traverse their way through the pool. I also included a makeshift lifeguard area. We didn't really have a chair for that, at least not one I could find, but I think it adds that nice element of realism there. Now, like I said, this is an infinity pool, so it does stretch throughout the park, and I did use those wedding archways once more to create a really cool tunnel for your Sims. So I have play tested this. I do believe you can float through them, and you can also swim through them as well. Now, moving back out, we will go to the other side of the park, and we will enter a little bathroom slash changing room, if you will. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and there are 3 different stalls in total. So it definitely works. It is fully equipped with I believe it's a toilet, sink, and a stand-up shower in each of the stalls, and they are more or less the same. So for these, I modeled them after ones I've been to at different beaches, and if you guys have been in these, they are usually very smelly, they are very hot, so I did my best to make them a little bit more colorful. I did install fans to kind of, help with that ventilation, if you will. So definitely trying to keep those details and keep it somewhat realistic, if that makes sense. But anyways, we will exit the bathroom stalls here, and we will soon enter the dining area. This dining area was honestly a lot of fun to create, and I knew right from the bat that I wanted to use that super giant, I think it's some kind of magical debug tree, if you will. It definitely has a very fairy-like feel to it, and this, of course, is the dining area itself. So it is built into the tree. It does have the espresso bar from the Get Together pack. And you guys, unfortunately, you can't have an NPC spawn to the bar, but I did sneak in a little fridge from the Cottage Living pack, so if your Sims just want to directly get a snack, it is very easy to do so. And fortunately enough, when I did gameplay test this, a lot of Sims actually did come here to eat, so really fun spot, and it's kind of a nice little tree house, outpost, outlook, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, moving back out here, we will enter the second half of the infinity pool. And as you can see from the little peaks, we do have yet another fun gnome for our viewing. And this is probably my favorite display. This is the little box blur gnome. Obviously, you guys know that if Sims are not wearing clothes or they're in the shower, they will have that blur box come up. So he is on display. He does have that base game clunky looking bathtub, if you will, with his rubber duckies. And if you guys watch the cinematics, you will know that there is also a water jet and bubbles that will actually come up when you go in game. So super fun. I thought it was a really silly detail. Anyways, towards the back of the bathroom, we do have yet another lifeguard stand, so I figured that in real life, we would need some coverage of this park as well. We also have the lockers on the side for your Sims to store their clothes. And over here is the bottom of the mega slide. Now, we do have the diving board from the Get Together pack, and again, unfortunately, as you guys know, we don't really have mega slides in the Sims game, so I did make these out of the roofs and did my best to sculpt them, and your Sims can actually get up to the 3rd floor of the tower as well. So yeah, definitely more for show, but I think it really adds a nice element of realism to the build. And going on in, like I said, we do have a diving board there that is functional, and I've seen a lot of Sims use it there as well. You guys may have noticed I used a lot of these llama boards from the Cottage Living pack, and I figured they made, again, another element of realism. Usually, if you guys go to theme parks, there are always rules everywhere, and I thought that was very fitting. Closing out the build, we have one final area, and I honestly had a lot of fun creating this. If you guys have watched a lot of the sneak peeks from the Growing Together pack, you may be very well aware that there are water park features. I call them like splash parks because they do have a lot of geysers. There are a lot of other elements squirting water everywhere. So I did want to mimic that here, and I used the sprinklers from the Seasons pack. So you guys did get a little peek of that gameplay in the cinematics. And then, of course, we have a nice sitting area here for your family to relax and enjoy all the fun. So looking at the lot specs as a whole, this is in fact a 50 by 50 lot, so it can easily fit into the base game worlds of Willow Creek and Oasis Springs, and can definitely fit into a lot of other Sims 4 worlds as well. The lot type is set to a pool, so you will have a lot of Sims use the infinity pool, the bathrooms, and a lot of the other features in the park as well. Now, in terms of packs, we still stick with our 4-pack limit. This build obviously incorporates base game, but it also uses content from Get Together, Seasons, Island Living, and the Cottage Living pack. Alright guys, and that is a wrap on the Gnomeland water park. As always, you know I love hearing all of your thoughts and feedback in the comments, and if you guys do in fact get the Growing Together pack, you are definitely more than welcome to retrofit this lot with a lot of the new items from that pack as well. Now, if you guys enjoy more community lots like this, whether they're theme parks, maybe they're clubs, maybe they are art studios, anything of that like, please feel free to share your recommendations and your suggestions in the comments as well. So with that said, this has been 𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗏𝗡𝗏 signing off. Thank you so much for watching, guys.